Sometimes I like to take a weekend in silence. It's not something I'm doing this, but I've done it in the past. But I'm doing it sometimes in some incubation or acceleration programs. We insert two meditations on the program. I know what I'm explaining is quite strange, at least for stream, but that's the way we approach it. And in the past, I've run some incubation programs in which it was at the very beginning, people leaving university that they wanted to create a company, very young people. And then one of the things we were doing is, apart from startup coaching them on some business issues, of course, I thought this was the most important thing. Then we taught them to meditate, and we helped them going through this process in my book, Meaningful Entrepreneurship, trying to find out what's meaningful for you. And we used to bring them one weekend in silence in a retreat house. People really found things at those moments. Even they pivoted ideas and in my case, when it was clear that we will be able to launch our VC, I said, okay, I'm going one weekend, retreat, silence, just think how we should do things. And then I wrote the manifesto on how we should do things in our fund. And it's something that any partner, anyone joining the company has to sign.
Thank you for sharing that, because even in my work today as a leadership coach, I do include a lot of retreats, silence, and meditation. And yet at the same time, like even in my background, I have founded a couple of startups. I have been an engineer. There was a time when I saw meditation or any kind of silence as a waste of time. And in the startup world also, there is this notion of hustle culture, right? Of working continuously, being on all the time. So do you face that like difference in mentality and views? And how do you get a founder to see the value in meditation when their mind is like on all the different things that they want to do, create, or fix?
Yeah. When we have the possibility of doing this in this incubation, they just found it. So it's very funny. In this incubation program, it was an experimental one that we were training them in meditation, then putting them a coach to find the meaning of if the company was meaningful to them. It was very funny because I was doing the business side and somebody else was doing the meditation and meaningfulness side. And it was quite frustrating for me. Well, it was very good, but frustrating. I said, oh no, the best is the meditation side. So, and I think these people, they do meditate nowadays. In some programs that we don't have so much time and we just have to make an introduction, we normally do 2 exercises of meditation, just 1 hour, guided meditations. Sometimes we do one on failure, because I think it's important when you are starting up a company to be prepared for failure. Another one we do is, we call it entrepreneurship with love or something like this. It looks for gratitude. So there are a lot of things you have to be thankful. And this one is the most important, and it has an impact. And we do this meditation so that startups go up and down and you have difficult moments. And a lot of times you see normally the bottle is in the middle, no? But sometimes you do it full, you see it full, sometimes empty. Most of the time it's half. But while starting up has these things, no? But when you see the bottle empty and you're going through difficult moments as an entrepreneur, I think it's good to think back and see for how many things you should be thankful for your parents, the country in which you are living, for your education, for the people that are trusting you. So there are so many things you have to thank, and then you change your mind. Thankfulness, I think it's also something, living with a thankfulness service and thankfulness mentality, it's also important for a leader.